Welcome to a brand new movie night in my backyard. I just mowed the grass. I hope you enjoy it. Hey there guys, welcome back to a brand new movie night. It's been a while, and do you like the new setup? I like my movies on each side of me. It's sort of comforting, and it makes me feel better about who I am and what I'm doing in life. And in this video, I want to go back and revisit what I consider to be the MCU's magnum opus, Avengers Endgame. And the biggest question is, does it still hold up 6 years later? And we'll be watching Avengers Endgame on the RZN Boom Mini Smart Projector with Google TV, and I'm gonna try it out and tell you guys all about it. Ooh, how do you like that lens flare? It's sort of J.J. Abrams meets Spielberg, and as far as this projector goes, it's sleek, it's portable, and yes, it does come in black.
So what do you think? Does it come in black?
So go grab your popcorn and something cold to drink, and let's go watch a movie in my backyard. Here's a closer look at the Boom Mini Projector. It features 1080 HD resolution, 500 lumens, and has Dolby powered dual 10-watt speakers for a full 20 watts of immersive sound. It's not just a projector, it's a party starter. My neighbors are going to hate me by tomorrow. It also features built-in Google TV for access of all of your apps, so no dongles. And with the 110-degree tilting gimbal stand, it made adjusting the image on my 20-foot inflatable screen easy. With this feature, you can even watch movies on the ceiling while you're safely snuggled in bed. And I'll keep it real with you, while testing this feature out, I ended up rewatching all of the first Avengers in bed that night. But it also looks great on walls too, no screen required. And if you want a chance to win your very own Boom Mini Projector, just keep watching the video, and I'll tell you how. Avengers Endgame was released April 26, 2019, and in a way, this felt like the last big cinematic boom before COVID hit less than a year later, shutting down theaters. Now this might sound slightly dark and morbid, but I really enjoy the first act of Avengers Endgame because it's so depressing. Because if the snap was a real thing and half of humanity disappeared overnight, or instantaneously, I feel like that's what humanity would actually do. Society would be stuck in mourning for years and years, and you'd see this gloomy state of depression with society that I don't feel like we would move on from very quickly, if ever. Now this is some tasty popcorn, and when it comes to popcorn, I like it extra salty with very little butter. I know, I'm a psychopath. But we have to talk about this. I quite enjoy the scene where Thor goes full Grim Reaper mode and decapitates Thanos at his crappy little shack where he's trying to grow vegetables in the backyard. Now's the time in the video where we need to talk about the most controversial topic in Avengers Endgame, and that's Fat Thor. It was a thing, it was real, it happened, and you know what? I like Fat Thor because I'm a huge fan of the Big Lebowski, the dude. Well, hey man, there's a beverage here. And Fat Thor did in fact remind me of the Big Lebowski, so I liked Fat Thor quite a bit. Now we quickly have to talk about this scene right here where Scarlett Johansson sacrifices herself by face diving off of a cliff. And I liked this scene because it really sets up the fact that no one's safe in this film and there are going to be sacrifices. And I liked this scene because it puts you on the edge of your seat because no one's safe in this film any longer. Any one of the Avengers can go. And later Tony Stark does go, and then you have old man Captain America who looks like Clint Eastwood, but we'll get there. Go get him, Pepper Potts! Yeah, I still don't know how they all found each other on the battlefield at the last second. Maybe there were some kind of GPS. I don't know. Who cares? Let's move on. Okay, we have to talk about this sequence right here. And it's the battle scene before the portals open up where you have Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. And they're all trying to kick Thanos' ass. And this is the scene that nerdgasms are made out of. And since originally seeing the movie in theaters, this is the largest screen I've rewatched the movie on, and watching it on that larger screen in my backyard, the scene where Captain America picks up Thor's hammer, that was one of the loudest reactions I've ever heard in the cinema for any movie in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of movies in the theater, and yeah, nothing comes to mind as a louder reaction. And if you have one, what was the loudest reaction for any movie you saw in the theater? This would probably, yeah, this is the one for me. By the way, how do you like this little spinny thing I put the projector on? I think it adds a nice touch. I was curious how this small portable projector under $400 would actually perform watching something on a 20-foot inflatable screen in my backyard. And keep in mind, there were a ton of variables at play. I had the moon and stars above us. I have fence lights. I had my neighbor's dog barking at one moment. I think it was a scene where Captain America fights himself, but maybe the dog was just as excited to see America's ass as much as I was. And yes, that is America's ass. But also, audio is just as important as the picture quality. And with the 4 mini speakers back here, there was some bass when you needed it. And you could also hear the dialogue very clearly. I thought the movie sounded great. So when it comes to this projector, I would recommend it for a casual cinematic experience. It gets the job done, the picture looks great, and it's a budget-friendly projector that won't break the bank. I would recommend this, I really would. And this is going to be my go-to movie night projector for outside from this point on. I liked it. The setup was easy, it's portable, it comes with a remote. So if you want to read more about the features of this projector or pick one up for yourself, I'll put the link down below and make sure you use the special promo code to save a few dollars. That link is down below. Check it out. And if you want a chance to win your very own Boom Mini projector, just leave a comment down below and let me know which movie you'd watch on the projector during your movie night. So yeah, leave your comments down below for a chance to win. So the biggest question is, does Avengers Endgame still hold up 6 years later? 6 years. It almost feels surreal to say that. Where has the time gone? And the biggest question you have to ask yourself is this. By the conclusion of this movie, when the credits start rolling, do you have a sense of fulfillment? Do you feel like the characters went on this journey, they had their arc, they told their story, and then they retired and rode off into the sunset? And by ride off into the sunset, Tony Stark dies, which is that dramatic gut punch that this movie definitely needed. And one other random thought I had with this film, the older I get, the more I appreciate the scene where Captain America goes back in time and finally retires, and he's just dancing with Peggy Carter in a very modest house, listening to a record in the background. I think that ending scene is truly beautiful as the closing sequence for this film. And keep in mind, you have to remember the journey he went on to get to that point. He was a scrawny dude in the Bronx, he had to join the war effort, he took super soldier serum, he fought Nazis, he was frozen for 70 years, he joined the Avengers, he saved the universe as we know it, and then he gave up the shield to simply find love. Marvel had the impossible task of culminating 10 plus years of movies, multiple installments, sequels, characters, and giving you something that was slightly fulfilling. And I feel like they went above and beyond with this film. It's not perfect, it might be slightly bloated at times, and the time travel aspect gets a little bit contrived, but overall, when those end credits rolled, I was fulfilled. I was happy with what I got. So yeah, I think Avengers Endgame, it does hold up. So now here's my question for you, and let me know down below. When's the last time you watched Avengers Endgame, and does it still hold up for you? And also, since the summer season is here, what other movies should we have a movie night for in my backyard? I was thinking maybe like Jaws or Jurassic Park. Those two cinematic experiences just lend themselves perfectly to being watched outside. As always, make sure you subscribe, that way we can watch some more movies next time.